So I'm just starting some dinner for tonight, and I'm making minted lamb kebabs. So I've actually got 2 minted lamb burgers in here and 2 beef burgers. No, 4 minted lamb burgers and 2 beef burgers. Basically, I didn't have enough minted lamb burgers for all of us. So I put 2 beef burgers in as well. And then I've added 2 generous teaspoons of mint sauce. And what I'm going to do is mix it all together. And then I think I'm going to kind of form them into sausage shapes so that we can have them with flatbreads and salad and new potatoes. So I've got my lamb kebabs under there. I'm not going to lift it up yet. I'll show you in a minute. And then I've got these deli kitchen sliced focaccia, much better than pita breads because they actually open like really easily, because pita breads and me don't have a very good relationship. They always just tear to pieces. So I'm going to do these like a kebab. The kebabs are grilling, and then I've got potatoes boiling, some yogurt mint dressing and some salad. Right, so here are our kebabs. I've just put them on the bread because I don't know what everyone wants, whether I'm going to have mine with like salad in it and I'm going to have some mint dressing on, but I don't want to do it now because everyone's going to go, no, I didn't want it like that. So this is it kind of deconstructed. We've got our little lid on there, and they came out really nicely on the grill. I've taken them off the skewers, otherwise I'll probably use them as weapons. I've got some salads and potatoes, mint dressing and also some sriracha, and this is what we're having tonight. It's almost like a kebab but about 10 times healthier. And we did it on the grill, so any fat runs off into the little tray as well. So for tonight's dinner, Steve and I are having salmon and prawns. So I've just marinated them in a sandwich bag. We've got some harissa seasoning. There's some lime, garlic and cayenne pepper in there as well. So I'm going to put the salmon in the air fryer, and then the prawns are going to go in at the last minute. And I'm not sure what we're having it with yet, but I will show you in a minute. So for dinner tonight we have salmon and prawns that we have marinated in some harissa spices, lime juice, cayenne pepper and some garlic, and I've popped them in the air fryer. The salmon's gone really nice and crispy, and I've popped the prawns in after the salmon so they didn't do for as long. And then we've got some carrot, cucumber, some lettuce, tomato, I've got some sweet chilli sauce and a little bit of yogurt mint dressing that I made up, and that's what I've got for dinner tonight. So for dinner tonight we have got a simple chicken curry. This is the Indie Grand Tikka Masala sauce that you get in the pouches from Home Bargains, with a few added extras. So I've added some medium curry powder, a little bit of garlic granules I think it was, or garlic powder, one of those. We've got some boiled rice, and these are naan bread wraps, but if you try and use them as wraps they just fall apart, so I'm just using them as normal naan breads. And this is what we're having for dinner tonight. So for tonight's dinner we have got breakfast, and we've got some spicy sticky mini sausages, some normal sausages, hash browns, fried egg, bacon medallions, spaghetti hoops and bread and butter. And everyone's got it in various sizes. This is obviously one of the bigger ones, and this is what we are having for dinner tonight. So tonight we have got really random dinner. So I've got a chicken breast that I've butterflied, and I've put, it's got harissa seasoning and some cayenne pepper and lime juice, and I've kind of marinated it in that, cooked it on the grill. We've got some lettuce, and then on top of the lettuce we've got some mushrooms and onions, some beetroot wedges, and I've put a laughing cow blue cheese triangle on top of my chicken. So it's kind of like a mushroomy, oniony, lettucey, chickeny thing. And then Steve's got very similar. He's got mushrooms and onions, he's got the same chicken. He's gone for a jacket potato with a cheese triangle, and then some beetroot wedges and pickled onions. It's just really random, but this is what we are having for our dinner tonight. So I'm just starting to make some soup. I'm actually going to make this, which is chunky chicken, mushroom and rice soup from Marks and Spencer's. It's really good, but I thought I can recreate it myself because this is £2.75 and you get 2 portions in it, and I'm sure that I can do it myself for better value. So I've got 200 grams of chopped onions, 200 grams of chopped carrots. I'm going to put in some mushrooms. I'm not sure how many. There's 250 in here, and I think that might be a bit much, so maybe 125 grams of those. I'm going to use some chicken mince, just because I thought it was quite a good idea. I had some in the freezer. This is the Muscle Food chicken mince. I really like it. It's really lean, and I thought it would kind of ball up a little bit and make a nice texture to a soup. First off, I'm I'm going to start by frying my carrots and my onions and letting them form a little bit of a crust so they start to brown. And then I'm going to add some chicken stock. I've got some garlic powder, some onion powder, salt and pepper. I'm also going to put in some seasonings, like maybe some sage, some thyme, some basil, and then I've got some creme fraiche to add at the end. So I've added in my mushrooms and my chicken mince, and I've added a tablespoon of garlic granules and a tablespoon of onion granules, and because obviously I'm going to add some stock and things, so it's not going to be too concentrated. I'm also going to add probably a teaspoon each of the different herbs, and then I'm going to pop in my other flavourings. What I forgot to say is obviously I'm going to put rice in it as well, so that will be my thickener. I'm just going to let this all brown together now. So I've also added in some salt and pepper, a teaspoon of sage, a teaspoon of parsley and a teaspoon of thyme, and I'm just letting this all cook together, and I'm going to brown it off. I'm going to add some stock. I think I'm going to do about 2 litres because I'm hoping this is going to serve, I don't know, maybe 3 litres. I'm not sure. I'll let you know how much stock. So I'm going to add some stock, and then my rice. I'm going to add some stock on my rice, and then I'm going to add the creme fraiche right at the very end. So I've had to transfer my mixture into a big pan because obviously I'm not going to be able to make a big soup in here, but I am making sure that I get everything off the bottom of this pan. It's really steaming up. I'm making sure that I put some boiling water in here to get all the flavourings off the bottom of the pan and all the bits that were stuck, and I'm going to add this in as well because that's where all my flavour is. So I've added everything into my soup, my stock, my chicken, all my mixtures all in together, and I've put my rice in as well. I put about 100 grams of plain rice, and then I've put some creme fraiche, about 150 grams of the light creme fraiche at the end, and then I've just scooped out a little bit of the liquid and popped it in a little bowl, and then I've put about 2 teaspoons of corn flour in here, mixed it together, and I'm going to add this back into my soup, and this will make it go really nice and thick and creamy, and then that is my soup done. So I'll pour that in and I will show you it when I've finished, but it is smelling really good. So here's our soup all dished up. I think we're just going to serve it with a little bit of bread and butter, and I'm really impressed with it. It tastes very, very much like the one that I bought in Marks and Spencer's, but I think you'll probably get about 8 portions for the price of like 1 making it yourself. So yeah, and then you know what's going into it as well, which is always really good. So for dinner tonight we have got extra lean beef burgers in buns with some salad. We've run out of onions, so we've got pickled onions and some oven chips, and they're the Lancashire oven muffin, I can't remember what they're called now. Oven bottom muffins. That's what they are, and that's what we are having for dinner tonight. So for tonight's dinner we have got turkey steak burgers on top of some couscous. No, we haven't. We have got turkey steak burgers on top of some cauliflower rice. I've done some courgettes and some tin tomatoes. There's some red onion in there, and we've got some smoked paprika, some chilli, some garlic, salt, pepper, and lots and lots of chilies and some fresh coriander on top. So this is what we are having for dinner tonight.
Did you make it? Did you break free? Did you manage to be who you wanna be? Maybe somewhere you think about me too.